Hi guys, this is Geeky Dolga and here is part 2 of the Ironman Lolita dress. In this episode we'll be looking at the vest and the boots. Hope you enjoy! Here we've got our example pattern pieces and the actual jacket, which I've already made up because I originally wasn't sure if I'd even do it because the dress took ages. But I decided to give it a go and it was actually pretty quick. So here's the basic jacket, and all I've done is sew all the seams together. Everything's kind of messy and free right now, so first thing we'll be doing is fixing that. Here's how it's going to do up. I'm not sure how I will do it up, but once it's all done I'll have a little experiment. Here's a quick look at how I put it together. First I interfaced the two front pieces with some stiff interfacing, and folded in all the edges that weren't going to be sewn together, and stuck them down with lots of glue and smoothing. I stitched some of it down too because satin I used wasn't very easy to crease. Then I sewed each of these little side pieces, which also had interfacing on them, to the cut out front pieces. Then I sewed on the back panel. Here's Daniela, who's already wearing the Ironman dress, so we'll use her as a model to make sure the jacket fits over the bodice. And it fits pretty good. Let's get to those edges. Taking some white glue and a paintbrush, I'm going to coat both sides after trimming off any stray threads or fluff. The bottom of the back piece is fairly long, so I'm going to get some craft glue and fold it over to make an invisible hem instead of cutting it. Now we'll wait for it to dry and do one final trim. I also went around the top of the neckline. Here's what it looks like, all trimmed and neat. Now comes the fun part, some decorating. Here's the gem I'm going to use for the light. First I want to add the gold shapes with some gold paint. I decided to sketch out the shape with a gold marker on the other side so it could get a little more like the other side. Now I'll add that jewel. Now I'm going to cut out some silver pieces to go inside the gold to add some dimension. And I forgot to do the armhole when I was gluing the edges, so I'll quickly do them and trim around the neck hole. After that, it's basically done. I think it looks really good and it matches the dress perfectly. If you remember the original illustration, it has cap sleeves and a belt, but looking at the real thing, I think that'd be a bit too much, so I'll leave the design as is. And here are some Monster High boots that I custom painted too. I was really pleased when I found out that they fit Live dolls, because it's really hard and really expensive to find Live doll shoes. But Monster High shoes are really easy and cheap to find. I had to get these for the Ironman dress, they just matched so perfectly with all the cogs and the tubing. Here are the original copper coloured boots. I used acrylic paints, a bit of clear gloss varnish and some gold glitter. I didn't film the actual painting, but I basically painted the whole boot in red, then used a fine brush to go over it with gold, sponged on a bit of dark red over the plain areas to add some shading, and finally covered the toes in glitter. After that, the outfit is complete. Hope you enjoyed this Iron Man outfit series. Next up, we'll be doing Hawkeye. See you soon!